What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Grave Miasma, entitled Abyss of Wrathful Deities. This is released on Dark Descent Records, Sepulchral Voice Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of London, England, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very traditional, dark, occult hybrid of both death metal and black metal. Yeah. When it comes to death metal that has such a deep, dark, cavernous sort of sound to it, one band that could definitely fit all of those descriptions perfectly would be Grave Miasma. Over the course of the 2000s, this band has been putting out some absolutely memorable and consistent material. Every release has taken its time to develop, but with each release, this band seems to get better and better with time. Of course, you can attribute it to this band's first couple of EP releases like Exalted Emanation and Realm of Evoked Doom. Two absolutely wonderful EP releases, and then of course in 2013 we got their official debut full length with Odori Sepulchrorum. That album is just massive, and it still holds up perfectly today. The last time we had heard something from them was back in 2016 with the Endless Pilgrimage EP. I felt it was a continuation of what Odori Sepulchrorum was all about in terms of sound quality, musical directions, artwork, just putting together a very memorable sort of package. And now moving into 2021, Grave Miasma are back, and we have the second full-length album from them, entitled Abyss of Wrathful Deities. It's 9 tracks, and it clocks in at around 53 minutes in length, and pretty much coming into this album, I didn't know what I was going to be expecting, because to me, an album like Odori Sepulchrorum would be a very hard album to follow. And while I think that album is tremendous, I think Abyss of Wrathful Deities is more of a continuation of what Grave Miasma do or know how to do and know how to create, and that is just create some purely occult, evil death metal. And this album is just so awesome to listen to. From the opening moments of Guardians of Death to later songs like Ancestral Waters, Under the Megalith, and Exhumation Rites, it's just some seriously fantastic musicianship. I mean, these guys are all veterans in their own respective rights. They've played in many different sorts of bands. They know exactly what they're doing and how to handle things well. And of course, the guitar work on here is incredibly top-notch. The riffs, the details, the soloing, just more and more high-end sort of detail when it comes to the guitar work on this album. The bass work on here is very much paramount to what the guitar riffs played throughout this album do. I think they sound wonderful, and I think they accompany the guitar riffs on this album very, very nicely. The drumming on here is very awesome, and I think this drummer should be applauded for having the kind of stamina and endurance to play these very lengthy songs. A majority of the songs on this album are no less than 5 to 7 minutes in length, so this isn't one of those albums that is going to be a cakewalk to listen to. This is definitely something you want to have the mind and endurance and patience to sit through, because this is an experience and a journey. And I think this drummer does a tremendous job with the blast beats, the slower paced passages. I think it's really, really incredible what this drummer does here. And when it comes to the vocals, I think the vocals on this album are very, very well executed, very well established, very well worded, pretty much what you would normally expect out of a Grave Miasma vocal performance. Very demanding, very powerful, very evil sounding, but yet he does it in a way to make you want to pay attention to everything that's going on here, especially for the second half of this album with the Exhumation Rites and Kingdoms Beyond Kalag. It's just some seriously wonderful vocal performances going on with those tracks, and I think it's really awesome. So overall, This is another fantastic piece in Grave Miasma's long, consistent discography. I don't know if I like this album more than I do Odore Sepulchrorum, but I definitely would think that this is a sturdy and solid follow-up. If you're a fan of Grave Miasma, I would highly recommend that you check this album out. This is some seriously wonderful stuff. So, if I had to think of any personal favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Guardians of Death, Ragyapa is another really solid track. Crudite Decomposition is another amazing song, and Demons of the Sand is another really good one too. So, what I'm going to do is I'll leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Dark Descent Records Bandcamp page where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it by digitally and is available physically as a CD and 12-inch double LP. Dark Descent is handling North American distribution, while Sepulchral Voice is handling distribution in Europe. So if you live in Europe, you can order it through Sepulchral Voice. If not, if you live in the US, you can get it through Dark Descent. So, again, the album is Abyss of Wrathful Deities by Grave Miasma. This is released on Dark Descent Records, Sepulchral Voice Records. Definitely check this one out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very strong 9 out of 10. Absolutely fantastic work from Grave Miasma. Definitely one of the best death metal bands to come out of the UK. So, if you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it, how you feel about it, and how you think it compares to previous Grave Miasma releases. Or any of you guys into Grave Miasma, definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, Army Hell out.